everybody, my name is Farmer Phil, and in today's video we have started, we're starting Maize Harvest. We're in the cab with Father Phil. Trailers on the back, we're heading up to start cutting our maize. 17 acres of maize to come in, and it's going to fit, isn't it?
I'm expecting a call about 2/3 of the way through. Stop, it won't fit!
He hasn't faith in me and able to put it up into the pit.
Well, you can't put a pint glass into a small glass.
Well, you can keep stacking it. The sky's the limit, as Uncle Ian used to tell me.
Well,
keep going up. So anyways, we're just heading up to the field. Brendan is drawn in the 6480 on the cane, and the field...
Michael had a very unusual request this morning.
Yeah, he wanted to draw on the 2725, so we stuck the herring on it. So he has his jacket on for the all-weather cap.
And he's going to draw.
Yeah, he's gonna draw with that. He wanted to give it a spin. Go up to Father Phil, and we get the field open. And I'm on the phone at the minute, so we get with the camera later. We're just getting everything up, getting the pit cleaned, and wall polythene on, and we're ready to rock and roll. Earliest day, it's still September.
I never cut maize in September before, ever.
There's a lot of maize. Let me know in the comments what's maize like in people's areas that are watching the video. Have you started? Is an ear ready?
Worldwide.
Yeah, it's just such a good year. Everything is early. We've our silo king additive pegged in, so we're put on the additive as we go on. We're just coming up to the field here now.
All this. Everything.
Everything.
To find a straight child around in this.
Well, hopefully not. Everything to do with the maize apart from the Massey 50 is still there. So just watch when the digger bucket is out in the maize. So you just have to watch for that. The best of the maize is over the far end of the field. This top headline is a little bit, wouldn't just be as good now.
Suffered the weather. Compaction.
Yeah, compaction probably from the beat.
Weather.
Yeah, compaction from the beat the year before last hasn't really recovered from it. So probably want to subsoil it to see can we rattle it out.
And leave it for the winter.
Yeah.
Pushed it up.
That's the cracker engaged.
Crackers in.
Field gear. Remember in the old 860 the spout controls was on the foot here. So the passenger used to sit in and then control the spout left and right. That's the maize going in. So the only thing with the part of the maize that is part of the maize, we shook maize on before we you're stuffed. We shook maize seed when we power hardened before we sowed to have it that when you look down a row of maize you couldn't see through down the row. So it probably means now that there's plenty of crop and not just in nice neat rows.
Better brighten up.
You can see the maize in there. Yeah, we're cutting. Maize harvest is officially starting. You can see now we've just left the point where we shook the maize. You can see now down the rows, see the difference in it. We're just facing into the better end of the field. By standing about 10 foot. I don't think we're just going to make it to the other end of the field though with the wee trainer. That's probably going to be our only problem. Yeah, it's the best end of it anyways. Looking at the maize there as we go by, I'd say we're all looking at two cobs on most of them there anyways. So yeah, you can see the cobs hanging there, get them strong. Bit of a toss in there. Badgers. Yeah. Coming on the height of the cap there now on the tops of the tassels. Yeah. They're cutting away here now. Swap trailers. Cane is on. Brendan is picking up the trailer there, bringing it back to the yard. So it's fairly full. So hopefully now we'll get more or less. We're going to go that way.
It's a shorter road.
Okay.
I think.
Probably isn't a lot in it now. We get around done. Fill up the can. So we're just coming along the road. Mike is going to turn. We're going to blow it across the hedge. And yeah, get past the pole. But you can see the right bit of the planters have not. Never seen that before.
But the cops are right off it.
Yeah, never seen that before.
No, not really, no.
And we are side filling onto the road. Keep some of the muck off the road anyways. So, happy out. This is where you could just get a bit too far. Last bit along the road in. Just have the cane filled, got the call for the dinner, so well, I just walked down the paths to the dinner. But you can see our grass that we sowed for the maize. It's done fantastically well, so it has. It's worked fierce well. Just binds the ground together and tried to keep it firm and not have it too mucky. But it might even lift a bit of that with the header if it'll go through it. We're back up after the dinner now. Trailer's all changed. We're ready to finish opening up the field. So, happy days. So, still dragging the trailer behind. You can't even see it. So, the plan will be Phil McKeel, and when we get to the far end of the field, he wants to just join the two rows that we opened together and you leave the thing right. The first bit where you start squaring out the corners, where it gets interesting. You definitely know it's thicker with them extra bit of seed. We put 2 bags out on 6 acres. You can definitely see it going into it.
Denser.
Yeah.
A lot.
It's a lot denser. It didn't seem to affect yield, like cobs per planter there. And
everything's good.
Pretty damn
Made
good.
up for the traction after the traction.
Yeah. So, we are broken. So we are. We didn't get a whole lot farther. We'll drop the trailer and bring it back to the house and start ripping. We don't know what's broke. Well, we have an idea what's broke, but we don't know what could be the fixing or anything of it. It was not on the bingo cards. Most certainly was not. We'll drop this trailer off. We'll go down and see what's wrong. 2725 isn't too bad for tipping, so she's actually quicker than the 6480. 6480 is a slow old girl. She just has the wrong type of hydraulic system on it. It's closed center. There's an open center. Whichever one is the slower one, the 6480 has. Anyways, this is the maize. Lots of grain in it. You can see all the bits. All them little yellowy bits through it. That's all grain. Lots of grain in it. Coming in, for how ripe the grain is, it is coming in a bit on the fresh side. Like it's a little bit. But then that could just be the bit I'm pulling from. Go back to here. Drier. So, definitely not off to a great start. Don't know how long or what could be wrong. Could be big, could be very little. It's just that thing. It looks like the bottom disc of what kind of sweeps it into the harvester has broke and come off and has jammed itself. It's going to be an interesting one.
Oh, I see what's going on.
So, we have our problem here. So this came off.
I'm going to clean it a bit better.
Yeah,
clean it better.
Clean it, yeah.
Yeah.
That's it.
Take them on.
So, and then one bit to straighten there. It wasn't too bad. Wow, stripped in 10-15 minutes.
Yeah, so one claims to say stripped it.
Wasn't too bad.
Remembered how to do the bloody thing.
So that's it. Fixed more or less. Just trying to get put back together, trying to get the timing right so that this rakes the stalks that get caught and brought in here, and then rakes it out of them to go into the feed auger and into the harvester. So
Once he explained what it had to do, isn't that right?
yeah, well, timing it was. There's no master spline. If there was a master spline, it'd be a lot easier.
There's a master spline on the sprocket, but not on the shaft.
Yeah. And we are ready for off again. So we've been broken down 2 hours, so wasn't too bad or too hard to fix, but just time lost now is the problem. All I'm listening to what they're fixing it. Where are you going to put it? Where are you going to put it? Where are you going to put it? It's not going to fit. Problem we have is, problem, but we have 17 acres of maize in this year, whereas the last 2 years we've had 12 acres. And we put in this pit we're in now. Last year, the 12 acres just filled it nicely. But it was a poor enough crop, just with the way the weather was. But the year before was a good crop in 12 acres, and it come right out past the canopy, or to the canopy. They all keep saying, where are you going to go? Where are you going to go? Where are you going to go? I keep telling them up. I keep going up with it. How high can I go with the maize? I do not know. I will try and put in, but I think I'm going to just do this little bit of leveling. So I push a bit into the corner there. I'm going to go get the shovel, the loading shovel, because of the dual wheels. I get a greater level of compacting for each pass I do, because I'm going to be under pressure, I would reckon, because there's 3 now. George has come to us, so there's going to be 3 drawn, and that's going to put me under pressure. I think the only thing I can do is just, rather than playing with the teleporter from the start, is just go get the big guns from the beginning and keep it compacted to try and get it all in. That's my theory. Let me know in the comments, will I fit 17 acres into that pit? The bean maize that we have in the other pit, that is, for anyone who's wondering how's that feeding, that is feeding perfect. Cattle are eating it. It's not causing the feed that we're giving them to go sour or anything. It is working a treat. Cattle, when we had them out, when we weighed them and clipped them, we had the best of them. Now there's a Belgian blue bullock in there and some Angus. They were doing 2.2 kilos a day, which is like phenomenal. The Frisians and that were doing 1.5, 1.8, which is still very good for them. But yeah, no, it's feeding perfect. And I don't want to take it out and dump it just so I can put in the maize, or cover it up with maize, because I'd be afraid the bit of foul stuff that's in it could spoil the pit. So the only downside to using the veneering in this pit is with these sheds there. I have got caught in the shed before. It's one of the things with articulated steering, you gotta be careful when rolling and that. You get against a wall, you can get stuck against a wall where your steering goes against you. So I have to be careful. The teleporter with the 4-wheel steering, crab steering, that should be a lot easier. So that's the only thing that I have to just be mindful of. But the flip side is we'll be able to pack this in at a much faster rate than we would the teleporter. Because of them big dual wheels, she'll just take more in each pass. We'll be able to whack her in nicely. So, and also I am using the grape. I've never used the grape before to push up. I've always, maybe the word shafted, maybe not the word shafted, but always been told to use the bucket. But the grape is on and I'm just going to use the grape. So I think it should work the finest. So, anyways, I'm going to maybe 1 round of loads and fire up the drone. My theory is if I put up the drone early, I won't be too busy here and I'll be able to handle it and fly the drone and get the footage. But if I leave it till later, rather than the pit getting too full and hard managed, fly the drone early and get the footage, and then we settle into trying to get it all to fit in. As Father Phil says, put a pint of milk into a teacup. That's Father Phil's determination on what I'm going to be trying to do. You can see them moving up there. Happy days. Just waiting for the first load to come back to us, I think. I was getting a bit concerned there because I hadn't seen any movement, and It's always that thing when you're on the pit and you're, whether it be silage, maize, whole crop, doesn't matter, and you're like, you have a rhythm of trailers coming in, and then that rhythm breaks. And you're like, are they changing fields? Are they broke down? And how long do you leave it before you make a phone call? And yeah, we're cutting anyway, so we're in the right direction. George in with his first load. George is in with his third load, so 9 loads in, maybe? Or his fourth load? Can't really remember. It's getting full nicely there. Got the drone up. I'm going to upgrade the drone now in the back end. Drone's getting a wee bit shook of itself. Camera quality just isn't there like what it used to be. 12 load in the pit there now, I think. If that's his third load, if 3 rounds of loads, there's 9 load and there's 3 load in it before we kind of got going, so. And one thing for definite, it is way easier to do it with the grape than the bucket. Why we ever done with the bucket is beyond me, but I'm telling you, I am getting it so much easier doing it with the grape, because it just nicely falls out, no big lumps, it's easy to get level. Take a quick break from today's maize video for today's sponsor, Bill Genie. We work with Bill Genie for the month of April, saving ye money on your electricity bills. There's been €348,000 in potential savings has been identified. Our viewers, ye at home, who have followed through, have saved €166,000 on your electricity bills over your 12-month period, which is massive. So we're back working with them to bring back what they do. So Bill Genie, for those of you who don't know, maybe you uploaded a bill, you didn't get back to them, maybe you haven't heard about them before, going into the winter now, where electricity prices seem to be on the up, it's time to go and see whether you're getting the best rate. So all you gotta do is upload your bill to Bill Genie, and they'll search around and find you the best rate on the market. It's a totally free service, doesn't cost you anything. It went really well last time. So all you gotta do is upload your electricity bill to BillGenie.ie. Make sure you mention Farmer Phil's. Big thanks to Bill Genie for sponsoring today's video and for sponsoring us for the month of October. So it's great to be working with them again, because it's something that just saves the viewer money. It's just a great job. So anyways, get back into the video. There's our maize and beet. Need to tidy up the plastic. But as I said, feeding lovely, feeding smashing. Definitely without a certainty of a doubt, if there's stuff over, I'll be doing it again. A couple of things we'll definitely be able to do better. Let's put maybe a 2 foot of silage on it. We'll pack it in and have something to drive on, and then also salt. Salt seems to be the biggest thing. A lot of people said put a bit of salt on it. Well, put a bit of salt on it to keep that bit back. Definitely going to do it because it's beaten very well at the minute. Beaten very well. Anyways, we keep doing what we're doing. Keep the pit nice and tight. We fit it in. Just taking the camera down there. Hey, we're under control for the time being. George there now. It looks like from here that they've about 6 acres cleared up there. It looks like they've cleared to the trackways of Maize, but we also can see how the dark clouds around us. Would not surprise me if it's going to rain. It's raining over that way, and it's also raining over that way. Wouldn't give you a lot of confidence now that it's going to stay dry, but it's supposed to be dry. The forecast was giving it dry, so fingers crossed it actually stays dry. You're getting on grand. They have to be, from what I can see from here, they can't be too far off. A third of it lifted anyway. Go back in and push this load up. Keep it round. Another load into 2725, playing a blinder. So she's well able for the Heron now. It's only a 120 odd horsepower tractor. It is 124 standard. I think we did down a test at that time. It was 110 we got over. Yeah, she's well able for the Heron now. Well able. It suits a short draw like this because you don't lose time on the road with how slow the tractor is. They are a slow tractor. We keep on shoving. We're just at the point now, I'd say, what we had in it last year maybe. We're just kind of level with the walls at the back. And my plan is to push it up above the walls maybe a foot before I start laying it out in the front. So. It's starting to get big now. We're just starting to slip past the walls this end, and we're a good foot, nearly 2 foot above the walls at the back. So tea is just ready now. Don't know how much is up there or left to come down. I imagine a nice bit yet. So we get something to eat. I think I'm going to need a lock of diesel for this. Getting a bit on the low side, and yeah, just keep at it. I don't know whether he wants to stay out all night or finish it tomorrow morning or what his plan is, but we'll find out later. Yeah, it's coming along nicely now. Coming along nicely. So, back after tea, and we are near the end. Reckon about 6 load. Nice. We will nicely fit 6 more load in there. Probably come out now just to not put up at the back, and come out about as far as the canopy, and we will be sound out. We have a nice bit in the pit there now. It's well up. It's up the height of the walls there, and they're 8 foot walls, I'm going to say, maybe bigger. George is coming in there at the last bit. So happy days, it's all in, all cut, no rain, but it's just starting to spit there now. So my plan is just to tidy up the pit. I get the telly there, use the bucket, tidy up all around it, and then pull the covers on it. And we properly cover it tomorrow. There'll be a bit of rain tonight and some rain tomorrow. Try and avoid it soaking into it. So that'd be the plan. But yeah, we're done. All in. And I made it fit. I got the pint of milk to fit in a teacup. So I got one. Anyways, I knew I was going to fit in it. Because as my uncle always told me, we can keep going up. The sky's the limit. And that kind of slid a bit too far back. It's not just going to be easy to get that bit. Anyways, we get this bit up on it, and yeah, we roll it and tidy it and whatnot. Be happy out.
Knockout, knockout, there's no doubt, I'm a champion. Got gold hanging from my neck, lion's pride lives in my chest. Ain't no man put me.
And that is the pit covered. It's actually been a week. It is a week. It's over a week now since we cut the maize. It's in, it's covered, it's settled, and surprisingly there is virtually no runoff. That was the one thing. Thought it was going in a little bit green, a little bit, you know, moist of itself, but there's no run. It's just a bit of water off the pit from the rain. But yeah, she's not running at all, so well happy. We're going to give it 2 weeks to cure, and then we're going to open it. Our beaten maize that's in this pit that some people have been working about, yes, it looks as appetizing. You don't have to get any closer to make it look any less appetizing. It doesn't look great, but the cattle are eating it, and the cattle seem to be thriving very, very, very well. So we're going to use that up, and it should last maybe another 2 weeks. So we'll kind of start this when that's about to run out. So we might actually go 2 weeks curing more on that. And then we also have our silage pit open because it's getting tired of bales. So the silage is only covered 10 days now, I think, or yeah, 10 or 12 days, and it seems to be coming out pretty nice. It's inside, smells really good. It is a bit quick of a turnaround, but we've done it before and it's worked. So we just make sure we keep a really good line of tires around whatever we've opened to make sure it doesn't let any air in and spoil more of the pit while we're working on it. So we've started a full winter feeding here after the rain that has came after the maize, and yeah, the bottoms is flooded. So biggest thing for us now, we have pumpkins. They are starting this day next week. So if you haven't already got your tickets for the pumpkin patch, head down in the description. Stewart Family Farm, Longford. Get yourself booked in. Spaces are running out, especially at weekends. So if you do want to go, make sure you get onto it. Pumpkins and beet. And beet is probably the next, but it's a little bit early for the beet yet. We probably won't start for another 2 weeks. Next week is going to be trying to get the last of the bulls in and really start getting into the winter feeding regime. But anyways, maize pit, we fit it all in. It's going to be super feed, and because we have more than we probably in a way need, we are going to feed it to the weanlings or the yearlings, so the finishing cattle, and then we'll give some to the younger cattle then as well. So we should get better weight gains during housing, and then when they turn out to grass we should have heavier going out, heavier coming back in, and it all should work out nicely. And also we are thinking for next year, because the price of the barley and wheat and the beans and all that is just absolute shocking. It's a video for another day nearly on how bad it is and why it's so bad in this country. But what we're thinking is maybe putting in 20 acres of maize extra next year on top of the 17 acres, because that field will go back in again for maize, and then to fill the pit to feed our own cattle. But we're thinking of doing 20 acres extra to sell to farmers, so you buy it by the trailer load. That's what we're thinking. We crunched the numbers on it, and there's definitely, if we get a good crop, we will make money growing this to sell on to farmers. Whereas the barley and that, if we weren't feeding it to cattle, our own cattle, it's not worth growing. That's just the current economics of that. So yeah, anyways, look, I'm going to leave it at that for today's video. Hope you enjoyed it. As always, please like and subscribe to the channel. Videos every Wednesday and Sunday. And that's it from me and Nelly. You don't go ripping any holes in this now, Nelly. You won't. Anyways, that's it from us. Good luck.